Welcome to day 55. Good evening, everybody, from Austin, Texas. My name is Sia, and I've been here before for MC and musicians, and I'm overjoyed to be part of this session as well. We're on day 55 of our third session this year, called Deepening the Silence. It's for new people as well as for people who have already been meditating. Before further ado, just get your foot soak bowl ready. What do you need? You need your plastic bowl, your rinse water, get a handful of salt, and ideally a towel or some paper towels for drying. If you're here for the first time, we will have breakout rooms later on where you have individually somebody available for you who can answer all your questions. But it's never too late. We have websites, we have materials, course materials that you can access anytime you want. It contains all the previous sessions, all the YouTube links. You can also go to the YouTube link directly in order to find what you have missed, what you don't understand. You also have the availability to have a mentor. A mentor is somebody who's been meditating for a while and who is there to make an appointment with you one-to-one, meditate with you, answer your questions, all these sort of things. You can make it your own little session. Tuesday's topic was for the right heart, about benevolent attitude. And today is a very, very interesting and fun topic, is the center heart. And we focus a lot on becoming fearless. So hang in there and see, there will be some really fun things to happen. We have, as usual, a guided meditation with foot soak, followed by a talk by the founder of Sahaja Yoga, Shri Mataji. And it's an excerpt, a short excerpt. And after that, we'll have some silent meditation and a song I prepared for you. So this is actually fun. So it's not what you would what you would call a very quiet meditative song, but for a reason, because the center heart is the place where we want to get strong. It has an element of fighting, and it's a very strong song. So I created a big backing track thing with voices and instruments and drums and whatnot. And Linda was so sweet and helped me with the words. So this will be also a little bit interactive, so you can sing along. And after the meditation, we'll have Tracy for the second part of meditation. She will go even deeper into our center heart and how we can clear it. So I would love to invite the presenters into the window, please. So we have Tracy, but also Heidi, who will help us later in the Q&A. Hello, Heidi, welcome.
Hello,
Tracy. How is the weather in Seattle? How is everything?
Oh, everything's been beautiful in the Pacific Northwest. This is the time of year to come here. It's lots of flowers and beautiful skies and snowy mountains.
Snowy Mountains. Okay,
I
so
know
much to
it's a mixture that's really beautiful.
beautiful. Sounds great. Definitely, but now that Texas is getting very hot. But same for Tracy, right? How is the weather
Yes,
in
yeah.
Florida?
Yes, we have very, very warm weather, but the beaches are a great relief. And the breezes that come off the ocean are also just lovely.
It's a good time of the year. I must say, just because it fits to the topic, I want to tell you a tiny little short story. Is we had a lightning strike less than a week ago here in my area. I mean, if weather comes here, it's crazy. A lot of lightning in the sky and non-stop, tick, 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 tick. But what's happening these days is we have a lot of hits on houses. So we had a week ago just a hit on a house, and I find myself at 4 in the morning leaning on the window, saying mantras, and I put a candle in front of a picture of Shri Mataji. And it was a scary time. It got louder and louder. And believe it or not, the house rumbled, and next door's house got hit and had fire. It was a short fire. We had the street full of fire engines, and it was going wee wee wee. Everything was crazy. Everything was chaos. Our AC unit went crazy and started heating instead of cooling. Oh, so we had a power surge in the house, but I couldn't help think we were not hit. We were protected, and it felt extremely strong. The weirdest thing was just before this happened, when I was meditating, 4 in the morning, like a good yogi, 4 in the morning, I hadn't gone to bed. 4 in the morning meditating, it was tremendously cool on the hands.
Mm.
And I thought, this is weird. Why is it so cool, right? And then shortly after this happened. So I wanted to tell you this little story about protection and using
And
tools
because of
before.
that, you're here tonight
And
instead
because
of
of that, I'm here tonight. But
Tuesday.
I must say, my center heart had been shaky, and I have been working on it. And I think this session is just going to do the trick to help me get absolutely
And we
back
get a
to
song
stable.
that's specifically for tonight.
Maybe that's why I wrote the song for myself.
But that feeling of protection is really beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Well, I shall see you later, and let's get started with our foot soak. Before we start with the foot soak, actually, we have a little bit of something to tell you about the center heart and where it is. So the center heart is located, obviously, in the center of here on the chest. And you can find it on the fingertips, on your little finger, on your pinky. And it would be the combination of both the fingers. So we know left is the left heart, right is the right heart. If you feel both fingers, it's most likely to do with your center heart. And the center heart, even if we can all place our hands already here, it's just something that is so subtle, even before I would tell you what this center is about. If you get fearful, this is where it starts getting shaky. The sternum bone area. And not just fear, insecurity, being unsure about yourself can make this center weak and wobbly. But it also is obviously connected on the heart level to unconditional love and compassion, and also the element of protection. We have these motherly qualities, the qualities of the divine mother in our center heart and our left heart, obviously, as well, in the form of the divine being there to protect us. And there can be a very fierce aspect of the divine to destroy any fears, to destroy negativities that affect her children. So we find refuge in this center. And the most important aspect, at least for me, was to find, with the Sahaja Yoga meditation, to find the security in me. And to know that if things get scary like now, we have tools and methods to go inside and find this security and find this strength again and again and again. And we have dips like I had with the lightning storm, but we have ways to bring our center heart back into strength and balance. I find it very important to mention that we have the mother, our mother, but also us as a mother, our motherly instincts, our motherly aspects in our left heart, and we have the father in the right heart. And as you can imagine, if I grow up in an extremely difficult family situation where maybe father and mother are not married or anymore, or something with the family where I'm not getting the security maybe that I need, then my center heart may be, just from the way I grew up, not as strong as it could be. But these are all not things we have to worry about, because we can strengthen it. We can get this security back. We can find it again, and we can find these motherly and father qualities in us. And this is important to know. So it doesn't matter what our background is. It doesn't matter what our childhood was like. But at least I can be aware of it. It's not all me, and why am I like that? That's just the way things were. That's the way things were when I grew up. But I'm able to overcome this. So that's what we're doing tonight. So let's go straight into a meditation. And I would like you to raise your Kundalini. And we talk more, or feel more, about this center in our meditation. So let's raise our Kundalini and tie a knot. Tie 2 knots. Second time. Let's be sure to do this with our attention. And 3 knots. And for each energy center, with our left hand open on our lap, we draw this half circle. Protection already. The bandhan is a protection over ourselves. See? 7 and back. 7 times. We can fold our hands and place our hands open on our lap. And just 1 minute before we put the feet into the water, we can close our eyes. Just bring our attention inside. The element connected to our center heart, to our heart, is the air. So we can take a deep breath. Just breathe out. And anything that is sitting on our system, we can just breathe it out. Free ourselves from this stress, worries, whatever it is. So let's draw some, give abundance to the water in a circular fashion, clockwise, to give some vibrations to the water and the salt. We can put our feet inside. At this point, we can keep our eyes open. We can look at the picture of Shri Mataji and just relax. We can relax our Sahasrara, relax our head, relax our face, relax our shoulders, relax our arms, our torso, our legs. Let's drop our hands, left and right, towards Mother Earth. Mother Earth, please cleanse me. Please purify my Muladhara chakra, my Muladhara energy center, the bottom of my spine, so that with the innocence that is in me, I become fearless. There's nothing to fear. if you make me innocent. Mother Kundalini, let me discover my innocence and wisdom. Children are extremely fearless because they're innocent. So let us also become fearless again because we're connected to our innocence. You may find your hands getting cooler. We can bring our hands back up on the lap and put our right hand in the center of the second energy center, at the lower abdomen, at the center. Mother Kundalini, I'm not doing anything at all. You do everything. It's so good to remember that. I'm not doing anything. Let's feel relaxed about the fact that Mother Kundalini does everything. Don't have to worry. You can shift the hand a little bit to the left. Mother Kundalini, please connect me to the true knowledge. If my thoughts and actions are based and connected to the true knowledge, what is there to fear? Mother Kundalini, please connect me to the true knowledge in me and remove any obstacles, any negativities that obstruct this left Swadhisthana. Now let's raise our right hand to the center of the nabi, so basically on the belly button. It's my center of my guruship. Mother Kundalini, I am my own guru. That means I want to be disciplined by myself. I want to self-discipline, but I also want to have faith in me and myself. I have to want to have faith that, once again, my thoughts and actions that are based on wisdom and the true knowledge now are the right path. If I cleanse my chakras, so please cleanse my void. Mother Kundalini, please cleanse my void. We can give it a clockwise, if you were to look at it, anti-clockwise circle, abandon, and cleanse the void. It's very important. We can say the mantra of Shri Adi Guru Dattatreya. Adi Guru Dattatreya. To remove all obstacles, all negativities. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Adi Guru Dattatreya Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Mother Kundalini, I am my own guru. If I am my own guru, what is there to fear? Now let's place our right hand on our center heart. We can breathe in. Maybe we can show actually, after all, the slide of Jagadamba. So Jagadamba is the aspect of this Divine Mother, this aspect of the divinity in its protective form. And we breathe in and we can say 3 times, Jai Jagadamba, Jagadamba, Jagadamba. Jai means victory too. This aspect of this destroying aspect of negativity, the protective aspect of the divine. We say it 3 times, then we take another breath, hold, and we do it 3 more times. So all together we say 12 times, because this energy center has 12 petals, 12 energy strands, okay? You do this in your own time. You breathe in, you hold the breath, and in your heart, in your mind, you say, Jai Jagadamba, Jagadamba, Jagadamba. Then you take another breath in your own time. Let's tap a little bit at the sternum bone. This is the place where all the antibodies are formed. The little white blood cells that, like soldiers, go into a bloodstream and attack any illnesses that want to get us down. So when we tap, they get activated. You can do that when you feel fearful as well. Just tap a little bit on your center arm sternum bone, center heart sternum bone. Let's put our right hand in the corner of the shoulder and our neck and turn the head to the right. I am not guilty. Mother Kundalini, I am not guilty. How can I be guilty? I am the pure spirit. There's nothing to be guilty. and say it with full conviction. There's nothing to be fearful. I am not guilty. Then we move our right hand on our forehead. Mother Kundalini, I forgive everybody, also myself. I forgive everybody, also myself. Then we put our right hand on the back of our head. If there are any traces left of guilt and worry, let's shed those and just ask the Divine for forgiveness. We just say, Mother Kundalini, please forgive me any mistakes that I've done knowingly or unknowingly. With our right hand now on top of our head, we can massage just a little bit clockwise. And keep our attention all through the meditation here in the Sahasrara chakra. Very relaxed. Before we watch a video of Shri Mataji in a minute, let us stay with our attention here and have a minute of silence. And after that minute of silence, you can rinse your feet and enjoy the talk. So we can watch an excerpt of Shri Mataji's speech now.
This chakra is placed at the back of the sternum bone, as I told you. In childhood, the antibodies are formed in the sternum bone. They are the warriors or the Sainikas of the Devi. Until the age of 12 years, they grow and multiply, and ultimately they all get distributed all over the body. And a human being is made able to face any outside invasion on him. These antibodies know how to fight. They are extremely confident, and they know who are their enemies. They have all these messages built in themselves. So when the anti-God element enters into the being through any process, say through food, through words, through action, through devilish people, or black magic, these antibodies combine together, collectively fight the invaders. Those who do not have their central heart properly developed suffer from tremendous insecurity all their lives. When they are children, you try to control them by frightening. These children later on become extremely insecure. They are afraid of darkness, they are afraid of night, some of them are afraid of everything. Because the antibodies that are built in the body are not sufficient in number. And being this center so weak, the person feels extremely insecure. Later on in life, when the child goes to the school or he tries to work, out something for the future, then also his confidence can be shaken by parents, teachers, and outside people. So it is very important to understand children who are growing. In the West, they analyze everything and try to put human beings into compartments. First, the child is a child according to them. Child has no innocence and is extremely selfish. Second part is adolescence, which they think is a very arbitrary, moody stuff. In India, we do not know that there is something like adolescence. Now these adolescent people form a group and they start criticizing or making fun of all the elders. At a very young age it starts. First they make fun of the teachers, then of the parents, then of all the people who are senior to them. they start becoming extremely active in their brains because they see too many televisions and things like that. And then they start behaving at a very young age in such a violent ways that one cannot imagine. I used to live about 25 miles away from London. And every time I would go to London, I would find some children doing some sort of a mischief somewhere. But one day some of them entered into my compartment and they started pulling out all the covers, thrusting their knives into the seats, opening out all the upholstery. I was just sitting and watching. So I said, "Now are you tired? Please sit down. What's the problem?" They said, "We are all very angry." I said, "For what? Why are you angry?" They said, "We are just angry." I said, "But you have to be angry for something." They were children going to good schools, definitely wearing very good clothes. And then I had to, when the train stopped, I called the ticket collector and told him that these boys have been doing all this hooliganism in the compartment and you better look at it. And he came in and he said, "This is a common thing." And then somehow or other he took them out. But the only thing I felt about them is that all of them had their center heart catching. On the Kundalini, they are catching their center heart. But when they saw me, they sat down. They were quiet. They listened to me. I settled their center heart.
We can fold our hands across our center heart. Just bring our attention there and observe our breath just for a minute of silence. So when you listen to the song, let us just surrender our fear. Let us put this, whatever worries us, whatever gives us fear, to the divine power. We can detach from fear, worries, insecurities, and the past. You have learned the word Jagadamba. Maybe we can project it one more time, Jagadamba. So the song is written for you, and it was adapted to the heartbeat that I had at the time. It's exactly in the pulse. So it's in a 6/8 and a 3 beat. So when you listen to it, have your attention on your heart and pray that your heart gets stronger. And also at the beginning, the very first time I sing Jagadamba, sing along with me. Sing along with me. It's in 3. It's 3 times, 4 times, so 12 times in packs of 3. So just sing along. So the beginning, later it's a bit improvised, but just sing along. Focus your Jagadamba on your Jagadamba. I'll play the accordion for a change, just for a bit of fun. Jagadamba, 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 Jagadamba. Please make me strong and fearless. Remove all the doubts in these times full of challenges when evil is about. Please fight this darkness around me and inside. Heal me, set my soul free. Jagadamba, 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 Jagadamba. Keep me safe, protected. Remove all my fears. You are there to guide me, to keep me from tears. Fill me with your endless love, so I might be a soldier in your war of love. Jagadamba, 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 Jai Jagadamba, 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 Jai Jagadamba, 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 Jagadamba.
Let's close our eyes and feel the beautiful vibrations from the music, from the song, flowing through our heart. The fearlessness, the security, the protection. music can, especially this enlightened music, can lift us higher, give us strength, and enlighten our heart. Sia beautifully taught us how to sing the affirmation of Jagadamba. We affirm her, the Divine Mother, in our center heart. We can also say the mantra to Sri Jagadamba. So we'll put the mantra on the screen and we'll say it together, just as we have learned for all of the divine principles of the other chakras. So, okay, we'll start with Durga Mata. So there are actually two ways that we address the Divine Mother, the one who is invincible, who is fierce and protective of her children. And Durga Mata is another title or name for this same principle of our center heart, the Divine Mother of the universe. She is, as we said, the one who protects her children and destroys the evil, any negativity that disturbs them. So let's say the mantra for Shri Durga Mata. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Durga Mata Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Let's place our right hand on our center heart. Let's ask our Mother Kundalini, Mother, please enlighten the qualities of the Divine Mother in my heart. Make me courageous, compassionate, and secure in my spirit. As we've learned, all of the chakras exist in the seventh energy center as well. So let's take our palm in front of our heart and slowly lift it up to the top of the head, bringing the qualities of our center heart into our Sahasrara chakra, and place our hand on top of our head. And this spot here at the fontanelle bone is the heart center of the seventh chakra of the Sahasrara. See if we can feel the connection between our heart and our fontanelle bone. Mother, make the security in my heart, the fearlessness in my heart, completely established. Let them be established in my awareness. Let's again bring our hand from the heart up to the top of the head. And one more time. Let's lift our hand up. And perhaps we can feel the emanation of these subtle divine vibrations flowing through us. Let's take comfort and a sense of security and trust in this protection and in this security that comes from the enlightened qualities of our mother in our heart. We can bring our hand back on our lap. Let's leave our attention there above the top of our head. And we can sit in silent meditation now. If at any time we feel anxious, worried, or concerned, we can bring our hand to our heart and affirm, Shri Jagadamba, Shri Durga Mata, you are my mother. You are my mother's mother, and you are the mother of all mothers. You are the mother of the universe. And let's feel the security, the confidence in knowing that we are loved by the Divine Mother. She wants us to be fearless, strong and confident, and to love ourselves as she loves us. Now let's bring both of our hands together. We can bow our heads to this beautiful, compassionate, protective Divine Mother who is always looking after us. We can now raise and tie up our Mother Kundalini and put ourselves in Bandhan. Hopefully we all feel a little more secure and confident in ourselves after that lovely foot soak and talk, music, and meditation. And we'll turn it over now to Sia.
Thank you, Tracy, for this lovely chill meditation. So calming, just what I needed. Quick announcement before we go into the breakout rooms. Join us next Sunday for workshop day, topic the breakthrough. Same time, same link. We're in session 3, running until Tuesday, June 24th. On Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, as you know, Sunday is a workshop day. Tuesday, Thursday, we go deeper into topics like tonight. And in between, on the same link, same time, we'll have foot soak, collective foot soak and meditation for the Mondays, Wednesday, Friday. You can still request a mentor. You fill out the form that is pasted here into the chat in Zoom. And you can also join our community on WhatsApp. Anything else you would like to access, any links, recording, handouts about the Center Heart, for example, then go to our website us.sahajayoga.org. Or you can have the QR code there. You can go back later to YouTube in case you missed the QR code. And here we have ways of, we would love to hear back from you, how you're feeling. You can write to us in the Q&A, or you can write to me directly, to the MC. But if you want to go into a breakout room at this point, you write to breakout room help, and you will meet a lovely practitioner of Sahaja Yoga meditation and ask them questions or meditate a little more. So let's see. I would love to have the presenters back in the window, and also Heidi. Welcome, Heidi, back. Let's see what questions
Just hit the unmute button.
Everyone's unmuted. All good. Lovely session. I had to think when Tracy was talking is, faith, isn't it? Faith in that we're protected. It's very easy maybe to talk about it, Where does the faith come from? I think it comes from, again, from experience. When we've seen it or when we've heard it, maybe other people's experience, not so much, but our own experience. But I've met a lot of yogis who have been in crazy situations and have been protected, flung out of cars in crazy situations and things like that. I mean, they all make good stories, but it's our own journey, right? Do you have any experience you want to share with us, Tracy, Heidi? Who would like to go first? Something which has strengthened your faith in really not just believing in the unknown, but actually knowing, from believing to knowing.
Well, I feel like it's a little bit the pursuit all the time of meditation. I mean, I have had some interesting dramatic experiences, I'll say, but I was talking to someone today about, the difficulty of explaining the feeling verbally, with words. Because when like today, when we were meditating, you just feel this more peaceful feeling. You don't really have fear. It's like not in your attention. And so and getting to know this protection feeling is really something that's hard to describe verbally. And I was saying, earlier that to prevent fear in a way, we raise our Kundalini and take a bandhan. And so many times, I worked as a pediatric nurse. So a lot of times, you're walking into a room with somebody who has a lot of fear. The mother is there having a lot of fear. So you have to keep your heart, you have to be peaceful, you have to be calm, to bring that down. So raising my Kundalini beforehand and taking a bandhan so many times before going into a room. And one time I did it kind of fast, like a routine. And I went in that room and it didn't go well. So I think just, taking the time to raise this, and people, I work with the mentoring, reaching out to new people. And so many times people say, I don't really understand what do they call, the rituals of moving your hands. And then I say, it's not a ritual, it's a physical happening. That when you raise your hands and raise your Kundalini, the more you pay attention to it and you give the bandhan, the more you really feel that protection. And little bits, little instances, just like driving. Like now, driving, I always raise my Kundalini, take a bandhan. And to drive without people shooting at you, to feel that protection is beautiful.
Yes, well said. It's true. And a good reminder to put a bandhan not just in front, before and after your meditation, but when you leave the house, when you sit in your car and you're about to go somewhere, put a bandhan.
It might sound excessive, but sometimes I do it often because, just to feel that extra connection, that extra before you face a challenge.
When this lightning storm came, I was just literally drawing my hands like this, a big bandhan across the house, because I don't know what am I going to do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But I think the key moment is to remember in the moment, creating this positive conditioning, right? Of where's your attention in that moment? The situation arises, what do you do, right? First instinct, so that you create that habit, not ritual. You create the habit of saying, first thing I do, where's my attention? Put a bandhan or put a hand bandhan and surrender and ask, the divine for help, right?
It's so funny because sometimes you're in a predicament and you go, what do I do? And then you go, oh, a bandhan.
Yeah.
Oh, that works.
I can give an example. You said that you talked about faith, Sia, and that faith is built out of the experience of it working.
Yes.
And seeing the results. And then we trust it, we rely on it, and it just becomes second nature. Like we don't have to think about it. So I was with a sister and 4 children, and we had flown all night. We arrived in Paris. We needed to catch a train to Milan. We were going to an international summer camp for the children. And we got to the train station, and the lady at the ticket counter said, oh, I'm sorry, ma'am, these tickets have been sold out for weeks and months. There's nothing available. And I had asked, well, maybe you can route us through Marseille or through another city. And she said repeatedly, there are no seats on any of the trains available, but I can sell you a ticket for in 2 weeks. I said, we have to be there tomorrow. So at that point, the kids are climbing on the bars. And I said to them, we give a bandhan like this. We can give a bandhan to our chakras, and we can give a bandhan, which I'm not sure if we've done it in the program, to that desire for somebody's benevolence or well-being. So I asked the children to give a bandhan, and I just stood there waiting silently, giving a bandhan under the counter as she's clicking away. And about 4 or 5 minutes went by. And the next thing you know, she hands me 6 tickets and says, the train leaves in 15 or 20 minutes, you have to run. At that point, I said to her, any chance that there's a sleeper car? Because it was going to be through the night. We didn't sleep. We had flown the whole last night across, and, it was an overnight flight. And she just said, you'll have to ask the conductor, and you better run. So yes, we ran, and we got to the train, and the train conductor gave us the very last compartment that had 6 beds. So once again, we see that bandhan work, and we see the results of it, and it builds up our faith and our confidence, our trust in this divine power that it is looking after us. I mean, otherwise we're stranded in this foreign city. But it was a miracle, and this divine power does work to help us in so many ways. If it is for our benevolence, if it is something that is, I don't want to say meant to be, but I would say, I like to use the phrase divinely orchestrated. So
The thing I also find, if you pay attention when you give a bandhan, like in your hand, that, you're in a situation and you feel some tension, you feel some, maybe some anger coming at you, or, and a friend said, give the person their heart a bandhan, like, and somehow when you are giving the bandhan, your attention comes here. And so you relax, and then you feel them relax. So it can be many small things. And some people say sometimes I'm not shy to do it with my hand. I find that works. So, or some people just with their attention, which is really good too. But
As
the
long as
key,
we
like
still,
you said, Heidi, is when you're giving that bandhan to be in the state of thoughtless awareness.
yeah, and it helps you keep your attention there.
Yeah. The transmission goes through.
yeah, as long as we still think we fix things ourselves with our ego, superego, then the divine cannot work it out for us. So it's a good reminder to just sometimes just let it go, surrender it. So helpful. We very often talk about the mother, well, obviously in this program, very much about the mother principle in when we talk about the divine mother, or we talk about the mother in her protective form. I instantly had to think of lions. There's just something when you become a mom, I think certain things in life I only understood when I became a mother. And one of them is the protective aspect. I mean, the fearlessness you sometimes go into situations just to protect your children is actually astonishing. And you wouldn't know, where did that come from? I wasn't even thinking for a minute about myself or how dangerous the situation is if it's about the protection of the children. So we can only maybe get a glimpse of how the divine works looking after her children. So what could you add to this divine principle of the mother and in your relation to the practice of Sahaja Yoga? Do you have anything to add?
Well, I feel like it's, for me, the essence of Sahaja Yoga is getting to really know, at a physical level, this Kundalini energy more and more, and the divine energy of the mother, to know it. Like, it's so hard. It's really not something I can mentally grasp, but to feel it is so important. And, when we were saying you're in a predicament, sometimes I just, we all say, oh, I want my mother when I'm in trouble, but our biological mother may not be available or with us, or, the one who can actually do it. So to have this mother that can do everything is really such such a relief. And to gradually through the meditation, I'm sure as we all grow, because we have to keep growing no matter how long we've done it, we grow and grow. To know this as a physical energy that we feel, and a comfort and a protection is such a, of course, it's hard to say the main aspect because Sahaja Yoga is so vast, but it's a beautiful aspect, you might say.
Well, it was a great blessing for me to have had the opportunity to spend time with Shri Mataji, and her love, her compassion, her wisdom. And even to this day, I find myself, I will ask her a question. She was such a mother, even though she was a teacher, and she shared this love and this experience with people of every walk of life who spoke countless different languages, and yet so many around the world could recognize this unique motherly quality that she had. And so I often will, when I'm unsure of what to do, or have some kind of, question, there's some kind of insecurity because maybe I have to take a decision. And so I will frequently ask Shri Mataji to, in your lifetime, you shared with us, such amazing knowledge and wisdom and support. So I never hesitate if I have that kind of a situation come up to, in my meditation, just to ask her. And we don't know how we know, but when we know, we know we know. So frequently that answer will come, that knowing would come. And I really feel that this relationship, whether it's with, a sister, a mother, a grandmother, our spiritual teacher, or this divine mother, our Kundalini, or the divine mother of the universe, Jagadamba or Durga, we really can feel their presence, their qualities, and ask them to help us. And I've never been let down.
One thing that, listening to a lot of different talks that are beautifully recorded, which is so wonderful and convenient, because I do find that sometimes if I have a question in my heart or to myself and I listen to talks, it is interesting that you hear something that's very helpful and so pertinent.
Just at the right time, you get the right talk that gives you the right answer. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so true.
This is great. I think most of the people in the Zoom call are actually in breakout rooms. If anyone does have any questions to the panel, anything that we haven't covered, but I think otherwise we could as well wrap it up. It was really nice to hear all your experiences. And I hope everybody gathered all the methods, how to balance the center heart, how to strengthen the balance. Do anybody wants to make a quick review and remind what the treatments are for the center heart? Anyone? Quick recap of how to strengthen the center heart.
The affirmations were really helpful for me in the beginning. I would ask my mother Kundalini, please help me to feel the security of my spirit, to be secure in my spirit, recognizing that my security doesn't depend on anything externally, but I wanted it to come from within. So the affirmations, the mantras, the bandhans.
Affirmation, mantra, bandhan.
Yeah.
I like what you said about the security doesn't come from outside. That's, yeah, we're hanging on to people or things.
Right. Our
tapping,
jaw, our bank.
tapping on the sternum bone.
Yeah, and I would just say that I also find just all the sessions add up together to feeling great. You know, it's really sometimes your center heart is weak because, you know, your different chakras are interacting and whatever, you know,
Yeah.
so all the sessions adding up, the more you meditate, the stronger your heart is, the more secure.
Exactly. They're all sitting on each other. They all correlate. Sometimes we have to work somewhere else actually to make the center heart stronger, like, you know, a guru principle, and just have faith in ourselves, full faith in our guru principle, just to strengthen the center heart. And then that goes. And then with that, the guilt goes. It's all a, no, you know, domino effect, really.
Yeah.
But clear them all one by one. But yeah, definitely the tapping, the mantra, the using the breath, holding the breath, and Jagadamba. I think that's a good start to cleanse our center heart. Thank you, ladies. Thanks so much for this evening. You have a great night.
Pleasure.
And yeah,
Thank you, Sia.
whoever is still here, you're
Beautiful
welcome to.
song. Thank you.
Thank you. Whoever's
Really.
still left, you're welcome to hop into a breakout room at this point. You have a good night.